guys, what's up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rides. We're here at Virginia International Raceway for a very, very important reason, and this is it right next to me. This is the all-new 2022 Cadillac CT4-V Blackwing. But before we get into this 6-speed manual performance sedan, let's talk about what's going on here. Cadillac, they've been doing the business since the early 1900s, got into racing all the way back in the 1940s, and fast forward to model year 2022, they're bringing heaps and heaps of performance. Now, what's great is you're going to be able to get an automatic, or like I said, like we have a 6-speed manual, so definitely hashtag save the manuals from Cadillac, but you're also getting more performance, not only underneath the hood, but also at all four corners and underneath, and also on the exterior appearance. Now, this vehicle, the CT4-V Blackwing, replaces the outgoing ATS-V. A lot of people were confused when Cadillac came out with the CT4-V. They were thinking it was a true V series. Well, this Blackwing is what brings that performance up to that level that all those enthusiasts want. Now, what I want to do with this review is, Cadillac obviously has a lot of competition. And what's great about Cadillac is they also race their products. So one of their main competitors is Audi. I want to directly compare this to the Audi RS3 and see, really, is this new CT4-V Blackwing the performance sedan you should be buying over that Audi product? Let's go ahead, let's dive into this all-new Blackwing edition and see, does it stand up to par? Let's find out. Right off the bat, the styling. Love what Cadillac does. Just like on the standard CT4, they do a great job with their headlight design. So you're going to get your projector beam style headlight, those LED daytime running lamps, and then the great news is the F word. No, not that F word, functionality. So you're going to get these large air intakes on both corners, going to bring in nice cool air. Plus, on our particular CT4-V Blackwing, we have all the carbon fiber extra goodies. So you're going to get these dive planes, these canards that have been added. This is going to help give more downforce, better handling, and this CT4-V Blackwing actually produces more downforce than any other production Cadillac produced to date. You're looking at it right here. Underneath the dive plane, we do have that lower lip extension, that splitter that's going to extend out, full carbon fiber, and the attention to detail is phenomenal. Now, when we come across that center grille, it's all about V series. If you know your V series and you know your history, you would know the first year of a true V car was 2004. Well, guess what? On this 2022, they continue with a V series specific grille. The major difference is they actually hollowed out each of these areas, these openings, to maximize airflow, even putting a different design on the inside to pull that air through the grille. This is specific to the Blackwings. Nice V shape to each of the different elements. You're going to get that iconic Cadillac badge, of course, and then you have the gloss black around the perimeter. Drop down, more V series goodness with that lower grille that's all fully functional. Plus, you're getting those inner corner intakes for your brake cooling. So all that air is going to be channeled through that vent to help cool the brakes. Underneath the front, they actually have an underwing. Yes, an underwing. That's going to bring air underneath the vehicle, because it's not only about air going up and over, not only about air going around, but it's also channeling that air to suck this vehicle down to the road. Now, when we get up onto that hood, love the way it's got a nice clean fit. And if you're comparing this to the RS3, that's where the RS3 earns some zonks. They have non-functional grills on the front of the mighty RS3. This has that functionality. Hood, super clean. You're going to get a nice bulge, something you're not going to find on the RS3. Everybody wants the bulge. You're getting it on this performance Cadillac. Those lines going towards the windshield, going towards the A-pillar, coming around the bend. What do we have? You're actually going to be able to personalize your CT4-V Blackwing. You got a couple different wheel choices and colors. So we have these gunmetal metallic gray 18-inch wheels. They went ahead and basically shaved as much as the wheel down as possible to fit those massive V-Series branded Brembo calipers, 6-piston caliper, 4 different colors to choose from. This is personalization you can't do on your Audi RS3. You could do on the CT4-V Blackwing. Behind all of that is a 15-inch rotor. It's actually 14.9 inches in diameter, two-piece rotor. It's got all of the V-Series badging on the actual hat. Plus, you'll notice how the aero comes from the splitter and then up and over the fender. Magnetic ride suspension, all four corners. It's actually version 4.0, all four corners. That's technology that GM developed way back when that, guess what, you don't get on an RS3. Into the fender, no fake badging. You're gonna have a functional side fender vent, help bring that air out. Love the way it's got that flare look. And these fenders are wider than your standard CT4. Of course, the V-Series badge, so much history. Even to this day, with them racing in the IMSA WeatherTech series and the DPI class, that prototype class, along the side sill, you have those side sill extensions to help channel the air. They went into wind tunnels. It's all about cheating the air to create downforce and get that maximum airflow. Coming to the rear, we got more rubber to meet the road. So you actually have wider wheels and tires at the back to help get that power to the ground. You'll notice we got two 75s, nice meaty rear tire, 35 series sidewall, plus you're gonna get a 4-piston caliper on the back. Not like on the RS3 where they give you sliding calipers and stuff. You're gonna get full Brembos, all four corners, an electronic limited slip diff, and that Tremec 6-speed manual. Guess what? You know what I'm gonna say. Can't get a manual on an RS3. Coming around back, look at this. Get your lunch out. You could eat your lunch on this massive carbon fiber trunklet spoiler. Look at the work that they did with the aero, bringing it up. They discovered that they didn't need this center section to be as high. That increases visibility and still gives us maximum downforce. And the whole weave is done on a V. Why? V. This is a CT4-V Blackwing. Drop it down. What do we got? Your V-Series badge. You got that beautiful LED lighting that's specific to Cadillac. That lower rear diffuser. More carbon fiber. And that quad tip exhaust. It's not a dual mode. It's actually a multi-mode to give you the purity of sound that you want, as loud as you want. And that's another thing that the RS3 just can't handle with. Rear wheel drive, let's go ahead, let's pop the hood. Let's talk performance numbers in this CT4-V Blackwing. Right, guys, we got the hood popped on our CT4-V Blackwing. Underneath the hood, you do have your hood struts. There's more of that perfect badging, that V-Series badging. And as we drop down, not my favorite engine cover in the world, but also not the worst. You're gonna have that V-Series badge on the engine cover, but it's not the cover that makes the performance car. It's what is underneath that cover. And what's underneath the cover of our CT4-V Blackwing? It's a 3.6 liter twin turbo V6, 472 horsepower, 445 pound-feet of torque. That's more horsepower than the outgoing ATS-V. 6-speed manual makes a return. You can't get that on the ATS-V, or you could go 10-speed automatic. Now, if you're comparing this to the Audi RS3, you're looking at about 72 more horsepower than the Audi RS3, and you can't get a manual on the RS3. The RS3, though, does have all-wheel drive, and I know that has been a sore spot for people looking at the CT4-V and CT5-V Blackwings. 0 to 60, though, if you know how to do the dance, 3.8 seconds, top speed, 189 miles an hour. How did they do it? They have improved intake to bring more air in. They got a retuned ECM, titanium connecting rods on the manual transmission to beefing things up. And then, of course, that upgraded, updated magnetic ride suspension. Look at the bracing that they've done at the front and towards at the firewall to stiffen up the front end of the business. But let's go ahead, let's fire up this CT4-V Blackwing and hear it scream. Hi guys, business time inside this manual transmission equipped CT4-V Blackwing. I know you're at that point where you're like, Joe, I've been looking at the Audi RS3. I know it's all new for 2022, but man, this CT4-V Blackwing is doing the business so far. How much is it? So starting price for the manual is an MSRP of $59,990. So say $60,000 to just call it even Stevens. You want to max it out with all the aero and everything like that, you're looking at an MSRP of around $84,000. Let's see how it compares to the RS3 and see what you get for the money. To the door panels. Love the continuation of the attention to detail. Simplicity up top, nice contrast stitching. You got the AKG premium sound system in here. It's going to give you nice tunes. Alcantara microfiber suede material, and then you're going to notice this white two-tone that's going on with red contrast stitching. It looks out of this world. May not be the best for keeping it clean, but damn does it look good. Door pocket, you're going to be able to fit maybe about 7 Twinkies and a bottle of Yoo-Hoo to wash it down. Not the largest door pocket, but this car is not about the door pockets. Going from the door to the dash, that same white contrasting stitching, soft touch material. Infotainment side of things, this is where it gets a little clunky compared to the competition. So you do have an 8-inch infotainment system. And there was once upon a time where 8 inches was enough. Well, now everybody has gone larger. Now, comparing this to the new RS3, obviously it's going to have the larger system and all that great stuff. But if you're comparing this to a BMW is around 8.8 inches. You can get an over 10-inch screen. But I do love the way that this system works, especially when it comes to the backup camera. The resolution is on point with trajectory. You got your performance data recorder, nice swipe features, easy to adjust through. You go into your V series mode, and then you could adjust personalized steering, suspension, engine shift, brake feel, engine sound, the whole 9 yards. You could all do right here with your V mode button. It's stuff like that that says hashtag race car. Working your way down, you can see the V of the AC vents, nice silver on the switchgear, heated seats, ventilated seats, of course, wireless charging. A bucket of carbon fiber has been spilled on this center area, and this center console is specific because we got the manual. Look at that, Tremec, 6-speed, nice short throws, crisp engagement. It's got auto rev match downshifting and no lift shifting when you're full on throttle. Awesome setup. Got a nice little key holder here, or you could put some Mentos for the competition after you smoke their doors off. Look at the way they do a great job with the colors on the key fob. Flip it around. Obviously, we don't have remote start because this is a manual shift. 2 cup holders. There's more of that white leather. Not the softest, but it looks sexy. Open it up. What do you got? Enough room for a signed baseball from Bo Jackson. And you got USB-C, USB, and a 12-volt. And then these seats are right out of a race car. One-piece backs, red piping, V-series badging. Look at the attention to detail, the diamond pleated stitching, bolstering that's gonna hug you like a mama hugs a newborn baby. And for an extra 5 extra horsepower, we got the red seat belts. So bam, no sunroof, but that nice soft Alcantara microfiber suede material. I'm 6 feet tall. Give me a freaking helmet because we're here at VIR. I got plenty of headroom. Come on over to the business end. I want to show you behind the wheel of the CT4-V Blackwing. All right, guys, business time behind the wheel. You're going to be welcome to a tasteful aluminum sill plate with the V-Series badge. Looking good. And guess what we have? Triple pedal action. Aluminum dead pedal, clutch, brake, and throttle. Thank you, Cadillac. Hashtag save the manuals. All your electric seat controls. You can adjust the side bolstering. I feel phenomenal. Steering wheel. Perfect thickness. Love the red top dead center. It isn't flat bottom, but that's okay because you got carbon fiber. You got your numbered serial to this one. Your V-Series button. We could adjust the amount of traction control we have, just like on a race car. And then the dash. Look at the clarity. You got that large size. You go into the V button, and it really just brings the whole dash alive with your tachometer at the top. And you got a head-up display. The fit, the finish, the feel, the tech, it's really happening in this Blackwing. Let's check out the backseat and see how your passengers are gonna think about it. All right, guys, backseat time. And what we did was I actually left the seat exactly where Lori was sitting and is going to be sitting when we do our drive portion. Just to prove a point, 6 feet tall, plenty of leg room, one-piece backs with the V-Series, all that Alcantara microfiber suede material. No pockets, but I'm okay with it because this thing is one heck of a performance sedan. Hashtag race car. You got your AC vents, USB-C, and a 12 volt, so they got you covered connectivity-wise. I mean, it's a subcompact. This is classified as a subcompact. So is it as large as a 3 Series? No, but like I said, if you need bigger, you could go the bigger brother, the CT4-V Blackwing, and then everybody gets an extra 5 horsepower with the red seat belts. And of course, nice, super soft, like a big old roll of double quilted Charmin, 2 cup holders. Let's go ahead, let's check out what kind of junk we could put in the trunk of the CT4-V Blackwing. All right, guys, one of the great things about this car, not only being 4 doors, but also having a trunk, you open it up, you're gonna have a nice wide opening, about 10 cubic feet of space. You have the battery mounted in the rear. On the right is gonna be that racetrack area for the Twinkies. You drop your racetrack Twinkies in there. The rest of this, you are good to go. Tons of room, but why don't we go ahead? If you're ready, I'm ready. We got carbon fiber aero, we have twin turbo power. Let's go on throttle in our CT4-V Blackwing. All right, guys, we're inside the CT4-V with the Tremec 6-speed manual transmission. No lift shift. I can't wait to try that out with you, especially on our on throttle. But here we go. If you're ready, I'm ready. Second gear, on throttle. No lift shift. Wow! That was so awesome. That's gonna make this even quicker than your regular 6-speed manual because you can stay on throttle. The ECU cuts the ignition for just that split second to allow you to go in that next gear. Nice short throws. The shift lever, the actual knob itself and the shift arm is at a great height. It's not too high, it's not too low. It really is that Goldilocks sweet spot. But automatic red match downshifting, on throttle, here we go. Wow. Look at this, in this right hand sweeper. Allows you to just keep nice steady throttle and then back on throttle. No lift shift, I'm not doing it. Yeah, that is so freaking badass. It really, really is. Wow. I like the way when you go manual transmission, you're actually getting a totally different, like I showed you, you're getting that totally different center console area with the carbon fiber. There's nothing really on the dash. The good news is nothing really on the dash that makes too much glare. So I'm very happy to report that. Visibility, just like the automatic, you got great visibility out the front. But I'm telling you, having that third pedal, this is the way to do it. Let's slow down again a little bit here. Let's go from first. On throttle! Yeah! A chirping tire is a happy tire. We know that on Rady's Rides, and we got a little chirp going first to second, and you can actually hear the ignition being cut out, the fuel being cut out to allow you to shift into that next gear. The dash, clarity, the graphics, the fonts, having the V button on the steering wheel just allows you to go right into that mode. When you're ready to go full race, you can have everything set up, personalized to your particular settings, and then you're ready to rock and roll. All right, guys, one thing I really also want to talk about, since we have the third pedal, is let's talk about that pedal. The clutch actuation is so smooth, nice pickup point, allows you to really get a good feel for it and feel good behind the wheel of driving this manual transmission. Plus, the automatic rev match downshifting is gonna help. And in an everyday traffic situation, the clutch is light enough to where it's not gonna wear your left leg out. But let's go on throttle, shall we? On throttle, yeah! Woo! Yeah! No lift shift. That was 4 gears of pure no lift shift goodness. I wish that all manuals had that kind of technology, because it just allows you to just stay fully on throttle 100%. And what's interesting is that it wasn't like a V series that came up with this technology. Believe it or not, even the Chevy Cobalt SS has no lift shift. Yes, you heard correctly. So I love having that technology that was developed on the racetrack, brought to the streets. The chassis is nice and balanced. The way the car communicates front to rear, really great. Of course, the brakes, you're not wishing for more brakes. You're not hoping for more brakes. You have them, because you got those 15-inch rotors, those 6-piston calipers of goodness, just clamping down. I'm telling you, I'm loving this car. I wish I had one. I really do. This would be really the daily driver extreme for somebody who doesn't need a larger sedan. That's the nice thing about this, is that if you want larger, you definitely could go larger with the CT4-V Blackwing. But if you want something just a little smaller and has that twin turbo V6 fun, this thing has gobs of it. All right, guys, a little bit more fun on the twisty roads. Here we go. Nice flowing roads through the countryside, going from North Carolina back into Virginia. I tell you, man, this clutch is amazing. The gear shift lever is amazing. And that sound, real deal, coming from the exhaust, on throttle. Here we go. Nice. Suspension is really doing a great job. It's not too bouncy. If I was in my ZL1 1LE, it'd be a little bit harsher ride, but the magnetic ride does a great job. And transmitting all of the information to the steering wheel is phenomenal. And then, like I was telling you, back to that exhaust, it's not just a dual mode setup. It actually has multiple openings, and it gives such a nice growl. Nothing fake, all the real deal stuff, and I absolutely love that. guys. It's been another amazing day here at Virginia International Raceway. Definitely want to thank Stefan, Shauna, Mirza, Whitney, the whole crew here at Cadillac for allowing Rady's Rides access to this media event and to the new CT4-V Blackwing. Is it the car to get over the RS3? Boy, oh boy, does it check off so many boxes, including that 6-speed manual transmission. Let me know what you think. Which would you go with? Or maybe would you even go with a BMW M2 or M3 or an AMG product? Put that in the comment section. Let me know what you think. If you want to keep seeing performance sedans, put that down there in the details. If you're new to the channel and you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile coming back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Rady's Rides family. If you want to help us keep making great content just for you on the channel, click the first link, become a Rady's Rides Patreon member. Click that second link, get yourself some Rady's Rides merch. Got to give it up to the standout star of the Rady's Rides family, Lori, working that camera like a champ. She is the muscle. She's that Blackwing muscle behind the camera. Thank you, Lori, for all that you do. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.